In this video, we are going to create this sign up page. So in order for us to do that, we need to copy the home page because this section is exactly as the home page. And then we are going to create this sign up form on the right. So let's quickly do that. So let's go to the home page. As you can see, this is the home page as it is. But now in the home page, when we click here, we've got a problem. These are not taking us to the relevant page. For instance, this one to sign up and this one to sign in. Let's quickly do that. So we are going to use a link component from Next.js. Make sure you import it from Next.js. Let's see. Link from Next.js. Let me just use this autocomplete. Press tab and then delete this. Sorry. And then close this. Okay, like this. Let me just make sure it's being imported from next link. Okay, as you can see, it's being imported from next link. So make sure that it's imported from next link. And then from then, the autocomplete has missed only this part. Okay, we've got / sign up, this route for signing up. So we might as well copy this and paste it here instead, and we use sign in. Okay. What is a link? A link, it's like an anchor tag in pure HTML. So whenever you click any component that is wrapped with a link, it will some sort of route to this route, which is the one that is on the href. So what we want to do now, we want to take the sign up button and wrap it with the sign up link, and then we take the sign in and put it inside the sign in link. Apologies about that. So now suppose when we click sign up, it can take us to sign up. Then let's copy everything from here. Copy everything from here to this one is home. Yes, to sign up. Let's look for, this is sign in. Let's look for sign up route. And then let's paste everything here. And then let's click save. As you can see, everything is here. So we want to remove these buttons. So we can go to the section that has got the buttons and we just remove this section. And that is it. So this means that we need to take all of this, which is this section, okay, and cut it. And then let's create a new section. Okay, this section will have a form as a child, plus the left section. At this point in time, as you can see, the form appears right beneath this. That's not much of a problem. Let's go to a container that is a parent to this and the form. As you can see, a parent to this. So what we are going to do, we are just going to add a class name. I hope by now you know that we need to flex things and we need to flex them as a row. Okay. Flex row. Why doesn't appear? Okay, this is not flex, this is flex. Okay, and then flex dash row. Okay, let's look what will happen. As you can see, now these are aligned in a row, and then let's add a gap of let's say a gap of 12. Let's see how big that is. I'm happy with this. Okay, add a gap of 12, and I think that's about it. Okay, it's just that if we can look at the reference, it's just that we need a form here instead of this. Okay, so the gap of 12 is fine. Now what we want to do, as you can see, the form has input, so we need to go to shadcn. Okay, need to go to shadcn. Let's say you are here on components. Let's say you must look for a component input. Okay, and from here you must copy this. Let's copy this, Control C, and then let's open another terminal. Apologies about that. And then let's right click on Windows so that we can paste this, and then we will add an input. After that, we are going to use the input. So while it's installing, let's go to the form section. Okay, this is the form section. What we want to do here, we want to add a normal HTML form. Okay, we want to add a normal HTML form. Okay, let's see. As you can see, this is giving us autocomplete. We don't really want that. I don't think we want that. Let's just close this. Okay, this is a normal HTML form. Okay, we are going to explain later about the methods of this form, like on submit and other method. Okay, those ones. Okay, we are going to explain later about those. Is this an autocomplete or what? Let's see. Okay, I have installed a new Visual Studio Code here, and it's still puzzling me in a way. Okay, I'm not used to it. Some of the things, I'm not sure if it shows things that I've deleted or it shows autocomplete. Okay, so enough about that. I believe the input has been added. Okay, let's just double check that. Where is the component UI for SHATCN? And here is an input. Cool. And then what we want to do now, we want to add the input so that we can test if it's there. Make sure when you are importing anything, you are importing it on the right place, which is SHATCN, sorry, components UI. Okay, let's make this a self-closing tag. Excuse me. As you can see, it's a self-closing tag. Let's click save and let's go back here and see. As you can see, here is the input. Okay, so what else do we want to do? We want to add a label. Okay, let's say, let's just go here as a reference. As you can see, there are labels here. Okay, so what we want to do now, we want to create a container. Okay, that will have a label. Okay, that will have a label. Okay, we don't need HTML4 here. We don't need HTML4. So this container will contain the input and the label. Let's say the label is name. Let's say. Okay, let's just go back and click save. As you can see, the label is on top by default. When I'm styling things, I don't like things to work by default, because as time goes by, what if something happened, I don't know what is, and things change. I like to be in control. If things happen without my effort, when it comes to HTML, I don't like that. I like to be in control. Okay, so what we want to do here, we want to add a class name. Let's add flex. And then we are not going to center things now, okay? But for now, let's just do flex. Let's say, let's do flex row. Okay, I want to teach you something so that you can see. As you can see now, these are arranged in a row. We don't want that. We want a column. So we want to be intentional. We want to do things on our own. As you can see, now we are sure that we are the one who are doing this, okay? And then from there, I would like to push this a little bit in so that it cannot be exactly in the edge as this one, okay? I don't think that has been done here, okay? But for me, now I feel like we need to push it a little bit, okay? I feel like we need to push it a little bit, margin left. Let's say margin left of 2, let's say. Okay, do we have a margin left of 2 on the label ML? Yes, okay, as you can see, it's pushed a little bit. And then let's add a font bold. Okay, and then let's add capital letter N here. All right, I'm happy with this. That is a label. And what else do we want to do now? Okay, let's just go back and check the reference. Okay, the reference is not as bold as this one. Okay, let's go back here. This is too bold, it looks like for me. So let's just check on font. Maybe we can set something different. Font bold, font medium, font normal. Let's see. Let's try semi-bold and see. Yeah, I'm happy with this. As you can see, semi-bold works. Okay, so what else do we want to do? We've got the name. Let's check the reference. Name, email, password, and confirm password. Okay, so we will have to copy this. Okay, and paste here. And then in terms of the label, we are going to have email and then paste this. In terms of label, we are going to have password. Okay, and then we paste this. And then we are going to have confirm password. Okay, let's go back here and click save and see. Okay, as you can see, name, email, password, confirm password. It looks like we have a button as well here. Okay, let's go back and add that button. Okay, I think we have got a primary button. We had this type of a button here. Okay, let's see. Let's copy this. As I will always explain, okay, the reason why I'm doing copy and paste here, I'm just teaching you the technical aspect of it, not necessarily the production grade design pattern or clean code. Okay, here I'm just helping you to understand Next.js, ShadCN, TypeScript, and React in general. Okay, so that's why I'm gonna rely on copying and pasting things. Okay, so let's go back to here, and then after this, let's put this button, and then let's change it to submit. Okay, let me just remove this. Okay, okay, so we can go back here and test and see and double check how things are. All right, I'm happy with this. As you can see, there is no gap in between this. That's not much of a problem. Let's go back here. We've got flex column. We can add a gap of 2. Let's see. Okay, I like this gap. I don't know why this is inside this one. Let's go and check if we pasted it on the right place. Okay, let's see. Flex gap. All right, let's see why this submit. Let me wrap it with a div just to check why it doesn't conform to this structure. Okay, let's add a gap of noticeable 8. Okay, I want to see what will happen. Okay, it looks like this button. Okay, this works, but only to this and this. So that means we have an HTML challenge here. Let's quickly fix it. Okay, the gap of 8 is here. I think this is the wrong place. Let's start with that. Okay, let's go back here. I think inside a form, let's add the gap of 8 inside a form because the parent container is a form. Let's, okay, let's see. Before that, I'm doing the right thing. Check my containers. This is an image. Okay, this is the left side. I'm happy with that. Okay, where is the right section? I think here is the right section. And in the right section, we have a form. Is the form the parent container? Yes. Okay. So if a form is a parent container, it is the right place for me to flex and then add a gap of, let's say a gap of 4. Okay, as you can see, everything is aligning in a row. I don't want that because they are everything aligned in a row by default. Let's make it a column. Okay, align column, not a flow, flex column. Okay, flex column. Okay, flex column. I like that. So as you can see now, the gap applies in between these. Okay, but I feel like the gap is too big. Let's make it at least a gap of 4. Okay. Nope, not here. I keep on making mistakes. My apologies. Flex column. If this is a gap of 4, let's make it a gap of 2. Okay. I'm happy with this. Okay. Now what we want to do, we want to set the width. Okay. The width of what can I say? The width of our form, let's say 2. let's say 300 for now, 300 pixel. Let's check. Okay, as you can see now, it's a little bit bigger. Okay, let's maximize this. Okay, I'm happy with this. Okay, let's just double check how far is it from here. Almost the same. Okay, this is a little bit wider. That is not much of a problem. Okay, that's what I've noticed about creating. Okay, when you are trying to recreate, you always make some changes. I don't know why. It happens in coding, it happens in design as well. Okay, so let's make this button the width to fill the container as well, to fill its parent container. Okay, so Tailwind is warning us. Okay, let's see what is it telling us. It's telling us that this width 300 can be also be, what can I say, written or typed as width 75. Let's do that. I think this is the new version of Tailwind. Okay, as you can see, this is still the same thing. So what we want to do, we want to go to the button and check the width to full so that it can fill the container. Let's see if is it going to scratch. Of course. Okay, go back to the reference. I'm happy with this. Okay, this UI, this one, maybe let's say it might not be exact like this one. It might not be exact, but I'm relying on you based on what you are learning to make it exact. Okay, if maybe the black is not super black or it's not that light black, then I'm relying on you to help me with that one. Okay, I'm just trying to teach. Okay, some grays, I'm not gonna make it exactly like this one, but it's going to look like more or less like the same. Okay, I think it's not easy to repeat yourself exactly the same. Okay, let's continue. So where we are now, we are here. We've got all of this. I'm happy with this. I think we can end this tutorial here because we've created a form. Where is that form? An HTML form. Let's see, where is it? These are all the label. Here is that HTML form. Can't I format this? Let me just click save, or let me highlight. Okay, I don't think my code is well formatted. Let's see, format document. Let's see. Okay, yeah, now my document is properly formatted. As you can see, we've got this form. Okay, it doesn't have any of its, what can I say, of its functions, method. Okay, because at this point in time we were just creating the UI. Okay, so we are going to end this here, and then in the next video, we are going to continue with setting up the form so that it can be ready to validate. Because now if you click here, it does nothing. Okay, it doesn't, what can I say, it doesn't validate, it doesn't check if there is input or no input. Okay, it just does nothing. I'm Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer from South Africa. If you like content like this, please don't forget to help me to grow the channel by subscribing. See you on the next one.